One identity shift that unlocks quantum frequencies. What if I told you your money blocks aren't about money? They're about identity. Not the one you post about online, but the one hidden deep in your nervous system. You're still trying to survive your childhood, prove your worth, and avoid being too much. Now, this episode isn't about mindset pep talk. It's a total nervous system rewire. Because until you upgrade the identity that equates wealth with danger, rest with laziness, and ease with failure, no strategy will stick with you. But once your body believes it's safe to receive, the quantum opens. Stay with me, because this one shift changes everything. Now, most people think they have a money block, but money isn't blocked. You're just unconsciously protecting yourself from what you once associated with pain. Now, the real block, it isn't well, it's the identity that you're loyal to. So let's redefine the identity beyond the surface level. Now, identity isn't your personality, it's your energetic survival blueprint. Yeah. It's who you learned you needed to be in order to stay safe, loved, and accepted, often before the age of 7. And it lives in more than your mind, it lives in your nervous system. If your body associates wealth with overwhelm, it'll collapse, it'll reject it. Also, the emotional body. If receiving made you feel guilty as a child, and that certainly did with me, your adult self will reject praise or payment. Even thinking of it like this: are you one of those people when someone gives you a compliment, you turn the compliment to them, you don't accept the compliment, or you get embarrassed by the compliment? You have an issue with wealth, you have an issue with the emotional body. What about childhood programming? If your family modeled struggle, you might not equate effort with worth. And don't forget this ancestral trauma. If generations before you lost wealth and you were punished for having it, your cells remembered. And then obviously there is the lifetime, the earth trauma. Watch this video here for that, by the way, because that video is really will knock your socks off with Atlantis and the Emerald Tablets and what have you. It really powerfully, energetically, when we have real life patterns, when there's an outdated identity. So just to say that you were praised for being low maintenance. Yeah. If that's any of you, put it in the comments. Hell yeah, that was me. So now you under-ask, you undercharge to stay good. Or let's just say you watch your parents fight over money. That was me. Yeah, they were always fighting about money. So you keep your business small to avoid conflict. Yeah. That was a big one for me, actually, because I used to always see them fighting constantly about money. Yeah. Or what about if you grew up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees? Another one of mine. So your system equates wealth with guilt, boredom, or even fear. It's even worse. Now, your ancestors, especially if you have a lot of past lives, and most of us do, were persecuted or exiled for owning land or rising in power. So your system, your energetic system, links expansion with danger. Now, here's the kicker. Your nervous system doesn't care about your dreams. All it cares about is what feels familiar. And if smallness, struggle, or survival is what's familiar, that's what your identity will create. And how will you know that? If you have been at the same income bracket for years and years, regardless of what you do, you always come back to there. You'll know that you have that the nervous system is trying to keep you safe. And this is why you may self-sabotage without realizing it. You try to grow, but your body gets tired. Your voice trembles when you try to talk. The tech breaks. You lose momentum. It's not failure. It's your brilliant internal system saying, we don't know how to build this new reality yet. So let's go back to what we know. Your identity always wins over your intention unless it's upgraded. And you can want more, you can visualize, you can use your affirmations. But if your identity says that wealth equals exposure, betrayal, or abandonment, shut the door every time before it's even open. So I hear a lot, you say, so Anne, what's the solution? What's the solution? So it's not fixing yourself. It's about retraining your nervous system, reparenting the identity that's still frozen in time, and recalibrating the version of you who already knows how to receive safely. Now, when that shift happens, money doesn't just trickle in, it flows because your field becomes a match for it. And some of us are actually addicted to the struggle. We're addicted to that toxic energy of struggle because that's what we're used to. And so many spiritual entrepreneurs stay addicted to the struggle. But here's the truth. Struggle often feels like control. And when your early life felt unpredictable, unsafe, or even emotionally unstable, put my hand up to all of them, control felt like safety. Struggle gives you something to do. It gives you a sense of worth, significance, familiarity, even if it's exhausting you. Because when chaos ruled your childhood, emotionally and physically, or even physically, we'll say, your nervous system learned that if I work hard, or I work harder, prove myself, or earn love, I'll survive this. I can survive this. So the blueprint doesn't disappear, it adapts and shows up in your business, even shows up in your body, and especially in your bank account. And here's signs that you're operating from a struggle identity. And these aren't random bad habits. They're symptoms of identity loyalty. You feel guilty when things come easily because somewhere in you, ease equals laziness and worth equals work. So you work harder when things start flowing because receiving without earning feels unsafe or undeserved. And you reject rest. And then you call it laziness because you learned that rest meant weakness, rejection, or being left behind. How many of you have known you've needed rest? You've worked really hard, and when you have actually had a holiday, you then become ill. Same thing. Because you burn down what you build, because success threatens the identity that found power in being the underdog. You don't just fear failure, you fear peace. Because you've never known success without stress, and safety without survival energy, or love without proving it. Yeah. And the root of the struggle to addiction, this discipline is about emotional loyalty to a younger person of who was praised for working hard, staying quiet, being responsible, taking care of others before yourself. And if rest got you in trouble, you see me, I'm just giving myself a wee cuddle there because that just really speaks to me, that it really does. And if stillness made you feel exposed or you're asking for help, you got shamed, ease won't feel safe. So you recreate struggle, not because you're broken, but because you're bloody brilliant. You're brilliant at staying alive inside the conditions you were raised in. So when I'm doing identity work or parts work, I always tell my parts of how amazing they've actually been. In my wee drink first. because they've been brilliant. They've kept me safe. Now, in the past, was I always like that? No. God, I used to berate them and everything. You might have heard how I used to speak to myself terribly, absolutely terribly, until I understood more and I learned more and I educated myself and I embodied it. It's a difference, yeah? Because struggle isn't your enemy, it's a part of you that's trying to prove your worth to a system that already knows you're divine. This is sacred work. Now, and this identity once saved you. It's time to release it. Give it a new job. Yeah, you won't heal it by bypassing or hustling harder. Trust me, I've tried. It doesn't work. It just burns you out. We heal it by replacing the pressure with presence, embodying presence. And presence will say to you, I'm allowed to receive without earning it. I don't need to perform for love. Stillness doesn't mean abandonment. Give yourself a big hug. Tell that identity, that struggle. Rest is a strategy, it's not a risk. Yeah. You don't shift the struggle identity by pushing it away. You really shift it by becoming the safe parent your younger self never had. The one who says, you don't have to fight anymore. You get to be free now. Yeah. And as I say, the body. Let's talk about the body for a minute. Yeah. You don't attract what you say you want, you attract what your body believes is safe to hold. And I keep saying this, but I can't get this over enough. Now, when I first anchored the identity I am the receiver, so many things started to change. It really did. So many things started to change. And you'll know if you've got resistance. The somatic signs of resistance is you'll feel a tight chest or stomach when you receive a sale, or you're trying to get a sale, or you need to explain, or you just keep over delivering. Or there's an impulse to give it away. I'll give it away for free. You justify it, you delay it. So again, just use the Havening technique. I will get that fella's name. I can't remember. I can see him too. Bald head, hypnotherapist, really famous. Can't remember his name. And just sit. Now you can have your hand on your heart in your room. You do it that way, or you can just do this as well, and just say, "I am the receiver. I receive. I am receiver. I receive." Nice big deep breath in. I am receiver. I receive. Now notice where your body flinches or where it even softens. Now the body never lies. And once the body believes it's safe to have more, the universe delivers it, and it delivers it fast. It really does. And this is what I do when scarcity creeps in. I really interrupt the loop. I pause the story. I name what fear is going on. I name the part that is playing up. So I activate safely. Just do it with me. Just breathe in deeply. Now, if you've been very disconnected with your body for a very long time, it may take you a few times to do this. However, sometimes we've just never been shown how to do it. Sometimes you can just get it like that. So just breathe in deep. And always make sure you're touching your body, you're embodying your body. Because a lot of people, I know I certainly was until I was in the late 20s. I remember a friend giving me a hug. I was like frozen because a hug to me was alien. And I know how sad that is, but it really was so alien to me. And I think I was like 20. No, in fact, I was nearly 30. I'll never forget that day. And I set out to change that. Yeah. So there's a lot of people like that as well. So, touch the body. Remind yourself that you are safe. And I will speak to the part, the identity, the fear, whatever it is. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me safe. But it's outworn. It's outworn. We need to change it. Can we reroute you? Can we reroute you? And you just wait. Now you may have to pause this and just listen. Yeah, because it's all about listening. And by the way, when you listen, don't try to fix it or judge it or anything. Just say, yes, I hear you. Because that is all that part needs sometimes, is just to be listened to. That fear, just to be listened. And poof, it's gone. Obviously, some other parts needs a wee bit more work. I know that from experience. But once you've listened to that part, and you've said, no, this is outworn. This is me way back when I was 5-year-old, because you may get memories coming in, all good, or a symbol or a metaphor or a colour. That's good. And you just say, I'm the woman or the man even who holds wealth with grace. And see if you walk or you stretch or you just even sway with the body. It just repeat the motion. I'm the woman who holds wealth with grace. Let your body become the new code. Let your body, let that be the wealth loop. Not the affirmation. The activation. Let it be the activation. Because we're very powerful. But if you believe, it's going to be hard for me to do that, guess what? It will be hard. Reset it. See, I'm very lucky. Just very lucky in the opportunities, the things that come to me, the collaborations, the coincidences, the synchronicities. I'm just so lucky. So it happens to me. Yeah. Your subconscious doesn't respond to logic. It responds to emotion and repetition. And speak to it. Use your voice, your visuals. See your future self. What is it that you truly want? And use feeling to embody that future you now. Yeah. So even just speaking to the old identity, thank you for protecting me. I release you now. And then call in your higher self. And what I do to get my higher self in there is I just imagine a beautiful golden light at the top of my head. And I just have that light coming down into my heart space. And I just bring it in with the breath. Take my attention to the spiritual cord, which is above the head. And I just say, breathe, breathe, breathe. And once you feel your heart opening up, and you've called in your higher self, there's two things you can do here. You can have the higher self talking to the old identity, first and foremost. And you're just the bystander, you're just listening, taking notes, or even recording it. Makes it even more powerful. And you call in your higher self, and you just say, I trust you to lead. And you want to anchor a new belief in here. It's safe to receive. It's safe to be in my power. It's safe to rise. It's safe to be in my fullness. Because you don't need to push your way into wealth. It's very hard to do that. You need to become the version of you that no longer blocks it. My nose is starting to itch. There must be something happening for me there. So there is. So just drop in. Now sit tall, should I say. And just breathe into the belly. Hands on the heart in the room. And just inhale for 4. Oh, my nose is going tight. It doesn't hit. And just exhale for 6. Yeah. And just say to your identity and your higher self, and have the higher self talking through you, because the higher self's always there. I am the receiver. I receive and flow. I am safe to hold more. I am worthy. I belong because I exist in abundance. Now visualize your spirit team surrounding you. Yeah? And just feel that golden light in your body. Breathe into this truth. Yeah? Just say to yourself, wealth is not a reward, it's my resonance. I'm now aligned to the identity that receives with ease. Nice big deep breath in. Thank yourself. Thank the part that came forward, or parts. Thank the fear. Thank the identity, the higher self. Just thank your system all in. Thank your field, your energetic field, your nervous system. You don't chase wealth. Embody it. Remember it. And if this video really did help you in some levels, and you have received with this video, please let us know in the comments. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. It really does help. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of July, and I would absolutely be amazed if you could help us do that. And remember, this isn't spiritual fluff, it's a structure of miracles, and you already possess that. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.